Happy Wednesday, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our next episode of the Winners Wednesday. I am very, very excited to have Miss Becky Moore join us today. Good morning, Becky.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, my pleasure. Joining us all the way from Tulsa, Oklahoma, which, by the way, Tulsa is just on fire right now. So I am super, super excited to kind of talk about. I know that you've been in the market for a while. You've been a real estate agent, and I'm excited for you to share your story. So, with that said, let's just go ahead and dive in. How long have you been into real estate, and how did you initially become a real estate agent?
This is my 21st year. Actually came into real estate after September 11th and
Wow.
decided this is the time to make the move into something I knew I always wanted to do. So I've been a realtor ever since that date, actually. So
Really? Wow, fantastic. So, do you mind me asking what kind of profession were you in before, and what was the kind of defining moment for you to pull the plug and get into real estate?
I've been in several different adventures. I opened a clothing store in my 20s and dressed our Miss Louisiana contestants for the Miss America pageant and did all that for several years. And then in my 30s, I was in the oil and gas business for years and worked in right-of-way sales and negotiations there. And so I didn't start my real estate career until I was 40. So it's you can do it any age, so
Well, now I know why you're so successful at it. Given your history at the clothing store and sales and oil and gas, I mean, that's not an easy industry. So I'm sure that's kind of played a role in your success in real estate. So tell us a little bit of how you got started. Did you get started on a team or as a single agent or eventually evolve as a team? What did that look like?
I was a single agent for the first 2 years. And as I've noticed in a lot of brokerages, there wasn't a lot of help for the agents. And agents were coming up to me and I was helping them as much as I could. And they just started asking me, why don't you form a team? And I had just had my son. I also had my son at 40. So I started everything at 40. It seems like my life started at 40.
I
But
like it.
it it just evolved like that. We started the team at that time and were blessed to be in the top 100 for the 16 years following here in
Wow.
Tulsa. And it's been a great journey. And now at EXP. So
That's awesome. And so you mentioned Louisiana and then Tulsa. So have you always been licensed in the Tulsa market or were you licensed elsewhere previously?
I was licensed for a short time in Louisiana,
Okay.
but then my husband was transferred to Tulsa. So, that kind of went away. I still love the Louisiana market, but I'm not licensed there at this time, just Oklahoma.
Fantastic. So, I mean, we kind of smoothed over this, but I want to point this out because this is a big deal. So you've been in the top 100 at 16 years out of the 20 years that you've been licensed. I mean, what is your secret? I mean, that's a big deal, and I'm sure many agents want to reach the top 100, especially in a very competitive market like Tulsa. What's your secret to doing that?
This is what I always talk about, and I hold a lot of top agent panels. And when I put top agents in a panel and people come and uh, listen to their tips, I always start out by saying, look at this lineup of top agents. They're very diverse. They don't dress the same. They don't speak the same. They don't do business exactly the same, although we do have our basic things that help us grow our business. But I do say the thing that they have most in common is that they all know their paperwork. They know that contract backwards and forwards. They never call me for questions about paperwork or how to do their contract. That's what they get paid for. That's what their clients pay them for, not to be pretty, not to be their friend, not to make excuses. They're handling one of their clients' biggest investments, and their clients expect them to know that paperwork, know their documents, and make sure that their transaction is smooth. So that's the biggest tip I can give agents, if nothing else. And
I couldn't agree more. So you need to treat it like a business, right? I mean, if you haven't read the contract yourself, how are you going to?
Exactly.
It's mind blowing to me. How are you going to help your clients?
Exactly. And the next thing is be authentic. I think people try to copy other people too much. You want to take their tips and apply those, but do it in your way. Do it authentically the way you would do it. I'm going to always have a Southern Louisiana accent. I always have people. I could never do prank calls because people can recognize my voice immediately. But that's okay because people do recognize that that's me. It's okay to be you. People hire you for you. They don't necessarily hire you for the brokerage. They don't hire you because you're their friend. They hire you for you. They hire you because they believe in you, and if you overperform for them, they'll be your client for life. I'm now helping clients, daughters and children that I met when they were babies, and now they're buying homes. So that's how you develop clients for life. You just have to know what you're doing. You have to spend the time to know your business.
I couldn't agree more. And being authentic, clients, we know clients are going to work with agents that they like, know, and trust. And in order to do that, just as you mentioned, you've got to be authentic and allow people to know the real you, which, by the way, I love your accent. I think like you said, it's memorable and it's special, and that's what makes you you. So it's amazing. And for me, I went from my maiden name, Nasra, to Mruwat. So I was like, I was just never bound to have an easy last name. That's me. Right. So you mentioned having a team, and then I know you kind of progressed into being a branch broker, and then now you mentioned EXP. How did that kind of natural progression happen?
I think I'm on the second half of my life, and I did honestly a lot of praying about it. How do I help people going forward? What do you want me to do to give back? God has given me so much. I wanted to be able to give back. And I think going into the broker position was a natural fit for that. Now I can work with agents. A lot of the agents just call me to say, has this ever happened to you? Let's walk through this scenario. And it just blesses my heart to watch these agents succeed. And that, I think, is the calling for the remainder of my life, really, is to be able to help other agents succeed. So
I love that. And I know that's why agents are naturally attracted to you, because you have a very giving heart, and people see that. And so that's remarkable. I mean, you've got 20 years of experience to be able to share with other agents. So with that said, at what point did you transition from a team to a branch broker? How long were you a broker, and what were some of the things that you enjoyed about being a branch broker?
I was in the business 17 years, uh, and then became a branch broker, and just absolutely loved it. Fell in love with the agents more than anything. Um, just individual coaching them and helping them, and meeting some of these great agents has been a true blessing. And so I have been a broker now for the past 3 years. And now we've started this adventure here in Tulsa with EXP. So
Awesome. So tell us a little bit more about that. What are some of your goals with EXP? I know, uh, just being fully transparent, I was there, what was it, last week? Time flies, for your grand opening, and it's just phenomenal. amount of agents and the collaboration and the culture that you guys have already created. So what are some of your goals now with EXP, and how is this going to allow you to do global expansion?
So when I found out about EXP, and of course, as I was praying about it, EXP kept coming up. And of course, I attended your seminar in Puerto Rico, and I don't think that you guys thought I smiled at all, because for 2 days I was focused on, is this where I need to be? And once I was convinced of that, we came back, and of course, having done this business in a traditional office setting for 20 plus years, we decided that maybe we could do, even though EXP is traditionally a virtual company, that we could do an office share space and model it after a traditional brokerage. And so that's what we've done. And the agents, it's an office collaborative space, and Oklahoma has allowed me to hang my license as a branch broker here under Oklahoma law. And the agents pay a small membership fee, almost like the Regis or something like that. They pay a small membership fee, and there we have admins, which we call our office managers. Of course, they're the heart of this office, and they process the agent's paperwork just like they would have done in a traditional brokerage. They process it. The agents, and it really helps icon agents and top producing agents because they're busy. So for this very small office fee that they pay, which is at our office, I mean, that is only $50 a month. They're getting admin help. They're able to use our office, and you saw it. We just have a big open office space, so the agents can reserve that at no charge for events, for real estate events, at night and on the weekends. And we've had some fantastic vendors that have jumped in because of the group of agents that we have that have joined us, that have jumped in and have wanted to help out, and we're just having a lot of fun with it. And I think it's just going to continue to grow.
Oh, I love it. And I think, I've seen a lot of real estate offices and old fashioned models and kind of the hybrid. And I love what you guys have done. One thing that you noted here is it's a collaborative space. It's not a bunch of walls where we're in these boxes and you're old fashioned and I think that really shows a great tribute to how EXP offers, some of our core values are community and collaboration. And unlike, many other brokerages that, I know of, is you tend to hide your secrets, right? Your competition will, at EXP, we're all shareholders. We want to see each other succeed. And I think that's one of the reasons why you guys are attracting top producers in your market, right? I mean, we're not just bringing on a lot of agents. You guys are bringing on agents that have been around, that are in the top 100. So I think there's something to be said of that. So, sorry.
Oh, I was just going to make a comment about that. We have big screen TVs like you would see in a club setting almost, and we play those icon classes on our big screen TVs. So our agents, even our top producers, love to watch that because they're watching other top agents across the country and getting tips from them that they may not have tried before. And that just doesn't happen in any other brokerage. That was something that attracted me to EXP right off the bat. If I had had that through the years, tips from other top agents all over the country, I mean, who does that? That is such a blessing for these agents. They love it. I mean, we have new agents to very top agents watching those classes and getting tips from other agents across the country. And on top of that, the reason we're attracting so many of these top agents is you can't beat the model, EXP's model. You just can't. I mean, I studied it. I looked at it. I looked at everything else. Another brokerage offered me their branch broker position at their large office. And I was very honored about that, but I just could not ignore how much this model has the opportunity to help agents grow.
No, absolutely. And I know that you didn't take this decision lightly. I mean, it was something that you researched it because, I think you took
Months.
that you took that responsibility of, if I'm going to attract agents to the brokerage, I need to know that, in my opinion, this is the best model that's out there, right? And so,
Right.
and I can relate to that. That's why I joined 7 years ago instead of opening my own brokerage, which I was on the path to do. But if I was going to bring on other agents, I needed to know I was offering what I felt like was the best service. And not only do we have the training that you mentioned, which, by the way, if you guys aren't familiar with Icon Agents, get with Becky. She can tell you, how you can become an icon. And it's obviously the top 1% top producers, but I've seen brand new agents hit icon because they have learned from other icon agents, right? So it's absolutely phenomenal. And for the first time, we're putting the best of the best together where you can learn from agents in other markets. So just as Becky said, and you guys took it a step further, you play it live, and then I'm sure you have some collaborative sessions afterwards, which I think is really cool. So with that said, if you could wave your magic wand 3-5 years from now, where are we going to see Becky Moore? What are some of the things that you're currently working on?
We're currently working on really just growing this market, telling everybody we can about EXP. Uh, we want all the best agents to come with us, to come join us. We have a fun group. We have a knowledgeable group. We want them to learn the latest and greatest, the things that are happening across the country and the world that they won't learn in some of the smaller mom and pops in this area. They just don't have access to it. They just don't have those opportunities. And if they're ready to take their business to the next level, which it doesn't matter if you're a new agent or top agent, hopefully you're out there working to take your business to the next level. And that's really what we look forward to. We talk about it all the time. We feel like this is such a wonderful opportunity to help these agents become even more successful than they already are. So that's where we see ourselves in a couple of years, continuing to grow.
I love that. No, I absolutely love it. And I think you hit the nail on the head that, it doesn't matter if you're a new agent, a broker owner, a top producer. I believe that we have the solution for you, right? Because we've seen that over and over and over again. So, well, I'm excited, Becky. I know you guys are just on fire. And I have to say, for anyone watching this, it's been a movement, not just a movement nationally and globally, but even in Tulsa. I've seen how it's been a movement, and it's absolutely incredible. So make sure that you're not the last one to join. With that said, if agents want to learn more information and have a consultation, absolutely no obligation to them. What's the best way for them to reach out to you?
Just give us a call or text us. You can call us anytime, 918-282-3137. Any of our agents that you've seen on Facebook or social media, they'd love to talk to you about the reason why they made the move to EXP. We look forward to hearing from you. Michael, we appreciate you greatly. You've been such a huge support to us. We can't tell you enough how much we appreciate your knowledge and your support and your assistance. And thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Hey, it's absolutely my pleasure. I'm incredibly blessed to be in business and partnership with you guys. So if there's ever anything I can do, and I just hope that agents that are watching this, whether it's live or a replay, go ahead and reach out to Becky, reach out to the agents in Tulsa, and find out why everyone's making the move to EXP. So thank you so much. I hope everyone has a great rest of your Wednesday.